Hey guys, this is NYC Geek Society. John here with Dominic, and we're gonna talk about some really exciting news that happened today.
Yes.
One of the things is the Nintendo NX is now the Nintendo Switch. Switch it
Switch
up. I don't know.
Rip parts of it off of
Did
itself.
we just do gang signs?
NX.
We're also going to talk about the new trailer for Logan, which is part of the X-Men series of movies. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Red Dead Redemption 2 teaser that happened today as well.
Yes, sir.
So, Dominic, what are your initial thoughts on the
Switch?
Nintendo Switch.
I thought that was the most elaborate, long-ass trailer for a console that I've ever seen in my life. Have you ever seen such an elaborate trailer for a console?
I feel like Nintendo does have that stuff though, right? Like
they
do
the weird stuff like that,
and they did that. I think for the Wii U also.
But it was it wasn't even. There wasn't even Nintendo. I think it's because the head guy passed away, right?
Iwata?
Yeah.
I mean,
because he was the face of most of
year.
those Nintendo-y Nintendo things. This is more let's try to get the world back on our side sort of commercial, not campy Nintendo commercials like Wii and Wii U or all the campy sort of
yeah. Come to think of it, actually,
this was an actual commercial.
There weren't even any children in the commercial, were they?
It was
it was just all adults.
That whole thing to me was I was seeing. It was they got into a room and they were like, "Who are we gonna try to sell this to? Let's put all of those people in this video. People who like sports. You can be playing basketball and then sit your ass down and then play a basketball game.
If
you're a hot girl and you have to go to a party, bring your game with you."
Sure, she just saw her friends on the roof next door.
Exactly. Oh yeah, my friends.
How did she even get to that roof?
She had to go all the way downstairs. Back upstairs. Grappling hook or something, I don't know. But I feel they had a really good start with that trailer. I was oh,
yeah.
Okay. If it didn't say Nintendo, I wouldn't know that it was Nintendo.
You know what's interesting though is it is so Nintendo. It's it's a Nintendo that I knew growing up, you know? Where again, I keep talking about that Nintendo has always talked about, but I feel it hasn't executed well with the Wii U and maybe even with the Wii of just bringing people together.
They brought old people together.
Yeah, I mean you got elderly people playing the Wii back in the day.
Hip.
But I mean
the whole thing was
with
people coming together.
Yeah, gamers coming together
by himself. Then everything else was at least two people together.
And also, hasn't it always been the dream of just being able to play a video game in your living room and just pick it up and take it somewhere? You know, I feel I remember being so excited when I got the Super Game Boy for my Super Nintendo because I could play Game Boy games in my living room.
Yeah.
Or
that was really cool.
I think the GameCube had it. Remember where you could put your memory card into certain arcade machines?
Memory card?
Yeah.
Wow.
You get. I think it was the GameCube. Yeah. I think they had it for just Nintendo arcade games Killer Instinct or something like that. So I feel everyone thought that that's what was gonna happen with the Wii U because it was a tablet controller.
But you couldn't move away from the thing.
You still had to be near the system, which is strange.
Yeah.
I mean, something that's really interesting too that I've realized only recently for myself is the Wii U is the only Nintendo console that I haven't bought.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't gotten some of the portable systems, and I didn't get the Virtual Boy.
Well, that's
But as for a home console,
yeah,
Like, I've gotten every Nintendo console since
course,
the
yeah.
NES. Like, it's the only one that I haven't purchased because it's the only one that
There was
doesn't
no
have anything
reason
on
to.
it. Yeah.
Like there.
Maybe Mario Maker I would have been
Well,
interested in, but not enough to
only
buy
games
it.
to like buy that Wii U for is Nintendo games.
Well, yeah,
You know,
exactly.
like Donkey Kong, Mario, and what, Kirby? Maybe, I don't even know if there was a Kirby, because they didn't even have that many. What was it? Like only a few. It was like the same crap. Like, oh, Mario Party. Oh, like Mario Kart. Oh,
I mean, even with the Wii, besides Wii
Super Mario 3D Land, which was like a
Right.
fucking port from the 3DS.
Right.
You know, that really pissed me off. I was like, you have a console Mario game, and it's just like a port multiplayer of a 3DS game. Like, literally like a port. They didn't add anything. It was just like, oh, same exact concept, little ass structures, and
Well, that leads to my question. Do you think that they'll be able to bring in third party?
they already have.
I mean, a little bit.
Well, it's. I feel like the way that they're going. This is another thing that I want to bring up. Besides the whole thing of like being able to take it outside and play it, there's no like weird thing to go along with this. It's not like they didn't show
It's
any.
not gimmicky.
They didn't show any motion controls. The entire.
Yeah, someone
trailer.
else pointed out, or a bunch of people online, but saying another thing that was interesting is that nobody was shown using a touchscreen. So I'm wondering even if it is a touchscreen.
I feel like they
it doesn't
might
need,
add that.
but does it need to
later.
be if
I
you
don't think it really
have
does.
that cool controller that could do all those
They're
things?
probably trying to do. They got to like the lowest they've ever been. They had to listen to us finally. They were
Yeah.
like, okay, now we have to do what you want, and is make games that you can actually play.
It really is just incredible how versatile it seems that, number one, they said that they showed it too, that you'll have like your pro controller.
Yeah,
that's
that
an
looked
actual
pretty good.
controller.
It looked like a kind of rip off of like an Xbox controller,
Yeah.
though, but
Which I always say is kind of a rip off of the Dreamcast controller.
Wow.
You got it right over there. But yeah, so that's cool. But also that there seems to be like a dock that you could snap it into
yeah.
to just use the two things as a controller.
that like
Glowing thing.
that they show every 2 seconds, like switch.
Yeah. And then just, I like that, it's
Well, that
docked
was
in your
like the
TV
two
and you
different-
just slide it in.
The two
and
different
then
kind of
pick it up.
controllers.
Yeah.
Or like,
And then,
there's like the one. I think that's just kind of like
A center.
yeah, it's sort of like a hub thing. For
Yeah, to connect it.
Those two things are the real controller.
Yeah, to go into.
And then they had like
Maybe
the
it's a
screen.
battery or something too.
And maybe it's
It
like a
looked
charger.
It looked something like
It's probably like a charger that you can like use to like hold it. The thing that I thought was really weird that I'm not really sold on was when the guys were in the car and they each had like one little ass thing.
I thought that was
They're
kinda
like-
cool, though.
They're like this.
I thought that was kind of cool.
I didn't understand it. It was like it looked like both sides were different.
Yeah.
But then how do they use like both sides? Like
Well, I feel like
does one person use like the direction buttons?
I don't know.
outside?
I feel like
buttons?
it might be something like where when you have the Wii controller and you just turn it and it becomes kind of like an NES controller.
I get that, but
So it's like two buttons and two
what I
buttons.
thought they
or
were
something.
doing was like they had the two pieces, like the button piece and the joystick piece, and they took it off, and one person had that and one person had that.
That's
That's
not
what
how
I thought.
That's not what I thought.
That's why I got confused. But it's probably more like what you said. Like it's. Like
I think it
one
becomes
side
like
of it.
two controllers. It's kind of like when you cut
You
a
just,
worm
like,
in half and it becomes
Yeah,
two
but then you
worms.
need. See, that's what I was saying. Because then the one side is gonna only have like a joystick and direction buttons.
I don't know. No, because I think it's. Is it two joysticks?
It's
right?
two joysticks, but one side has buttons and the other side doesn't have buttons. It has like direction.
Are you
buttons.
sure?
I
I
think so.
should have like the picture in front of me.
Is it gonna have 8 buttons on it?
8
8 buttons. Switch.
I don't have the picture right in front of me.
Tisk. Oh well. Skips this.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking at.
Will you actually be playing this outside? That's the real question. I'd probably be like, I gotta take a dump. Like, that's what I'm gonna use the Switch for.
For taking a dump.
You know when you gotta like get some food, like you gotta go downstairs, like answer
But
the
you
door.
don't want
the-
to stop playing video
yeah,
games.
No, yeah. Like you gotta answer the door to the delivery man, be like, "Hey, bro, just take it out of my back pocket." That's what I would use the Switch for. Who's gonna go to a party and be like, "Hey guys, I brought my Switch with me"?
Have you met millennials? And how hipster is it gonna be? Like, yeah, I got my Nintendo.
It's gonna be the
Switch.
It's gonna be the hipster,
You know?
hipster console. I feel like that's gonna be their thing.
Retro, but future.
Retro hipster.
Retro future.
And look, it's like multiple parts, and it does things,
Yeah.
and it has.
Did you like make a bong out of it? You know, there's gonna be like someone who makes
There's
a bong.
so many different
and then
parts you
put
can make
the
bongs
two
out of.
controllers together. Anyway,
They'll just use like the part when you take
confirmed
out the screen.
video games so far for the
Zelda.
Switch.
You know,
is-
I don't trust that Zelda game because I feel like they made it like all artsy
Why
like
are you
that.
pointing your finger at them?
I'm pointing the finger at myself.
I don't trust.
I don't trust you, Nintendo. I feel like they're gonna. I have to do like the Bill Clinton. Do not trust you, Nintendo. But anyway, that they use that like color palette sort of thing to make it like take away from graphics a little bit. You know what I mean?
Cell shading.
Yeah, cell shading.
I
feel like cell shading like doesn't let you see the actual graphics for itself.
feel like that is maybe a callback to Wind Waker and all that.
Yeah, but I
So,
like Twilight Princess.
a lot of people like Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess looked awesome.
But wasn't Skyward? What was it called?
Skyward Sword.
Yeah, that was also kind of like the watercolor palette.
It was just Twilight Princess without the like fucking emo filter.
Emo filter. Oh, you mean
Twilight
like the
Princess
dark?
had the emo filter on the whole time.
Anyway,
Link had
so
the
yeah, we got
sideways.
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, which is kind of like your breath. You know?
I just had a gyro. Sorry.
We have we have Untitled Mario game that we saw
Yeah,
in the
that
trailer.
looked-
That looked cool. It looked a lot like Mario 64, like old school Mario, 3D Mario game.
They just need to put like Mario Galaxy on Earth.
We got Splatoon.
Splatoon again.
That
That's
was
fine.
for the Switch, it seems. We got Mario Kart. That seemed like Mario Kart 8.
Something I didn't notice was that IGN pointed out that there's like multiple. You can hold multiple items. Like when they were showing it, they had like 2 items. They were holding 2 items.
For Mario
sort of
Kart?
sort of like Double Dash. Did you ever play
Oh,
Double Dash?
yeah.
How you can,
I
like,
didn't
have
notice
2
that.
items. Yeah, I didn't notice that either. And I watched it again.
I'll watch it again.
I love Double Dash. Double Dash is probably
Yeah,
like my
Double Dash
favorite
was great.
like Mario Kart game.
I never owned it myself. My college roommate had it and we played it.
But I
It
always
was
love
great.
that you can like have 2 items. Just like, have like the
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
shell in the back
Yeah.
and just go like throw all the crappy ones.
Then we got Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Then we got Just Dance 2017. Holiday 2017 Sonic game.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 10 and Dragon Quest 11.
I don't know anything about that.
NBA 2K game. And some game called SteamWorld Heist. That I don't know
That sounds
what that
cool.
is.
Steam World Heist.
It does sound cool. But,
But I really hope that there's more people gonna jump on board with this.
yeah.
Because the whole thing, I feel like,
Trying to
I
find a
hope
pic.
that doesn't happen is that Nintendo has waited too long to go HD, and everybody's gonna go like super duper HD. You know what I mean? What is it? What's the new thing? 4K.
4K.
Yeah, because they haven't said anything about 4K.
Well, that's the thing. This stuff, I think it's supposed to be like 900p or 960p or something like that. Some
So it's
weird
not
number.
even like 1080.
So it's not 1080p. That was a rumor actually.
I feel like they're right.
when we got those rumored stats, but I don't know if that was. I don't think that was ever confirmed.
You know, like I always say, like I was fine with how PS3 games looked. Like it was good. You could play.
See, I'm
games.
trying to see in this picture here that we got here if like they have another joystick or not.
Yeah.
But, we'll have to look. We'll look later. But,
Wait, go back to the other one.
They don't show the left
Oh,
side.
see,
Of it.
trickery.
um,
You say something now. I've been talking.
That's not exactly how conversations work, Dom.
You say something now. I'm over here. Okay.
But yeah, I was gonna say is they didn't announce a price, which is interesting, and I wonder what's gonna happen because now you have the Xbox One is about $300. The Xbox One S anyway. The PlayStation 4 is 300. You're gonna have the PS4 Pro is 400, and the Scorpio. We don't have a price on that yet,
Well,
but I'm sure that'll be 400 or 500.
Because the whole thing is like like a 3DS is what, like 2 something, so they have to be more than a 3DS, or everybody's just gonna go and buy a 3DS.
But do you think that'll be more? Like
It's
I
gotta
feel
be
like
like-
I want it to be 300.
It has to be 300
I feel like if it's more than 300, they're
there's no
competing
way.
with the Scorpio and the PS4
because
Pro.
like when you take out all the Nintendo and bells and whistles and whatever, it's basically like
Just
a tablet
yeah, with
that you
controller.
you
And
can
a dock.
take stuff on and off of. So they're like going into like uncharted territory, which is great. But they can't.
Why can't they go into Tomb Raider territory? Get it? Uncharted
got it.
territory.
Because they can't like
They
throw
got
some
it.
crazy number at us because then no one's gonna buy it.
$214.63.
I feel like they took a lot of stuff from the 3DS and just threw it inside of a console and added onto it.
What? Why? Elaborate.
Because like there are 3DS games that look like friggin' beautiful. Like they look like PS2, maybe PS3. Like
Yeah, but they can't run Skyrim.
well, yeah, they can run Skyrim, but that's because it's a handheld.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Well,
I
they
think it's
took,
more
like-
akin to the Wii U probably than to 3DS.
Well, not Wii U, maybe Wii U, but I feel like they're throwing away the CDs. They're going for the cartridges. Cartridges are coming from the 3DS, so it's like whatever is built into a 3DS game is now going to be built into a Switch game.
That leads to what I was saying before about third parties because
They have to make a whole new thing.
right. Or do you think that won't be a problem? Like if it's running Skyrim somehow, is that coming off of the cartridge, or is
I feel like
is
it's
that coming out of
just-
off of that SD card like thing, or is that something that you just download onto the system? You know?
I feel like it has to be running off the card.
Yeah.
Because there's all these questions like if it's
Yeah,
on
we
the-
don't know storage space either.
Exactly, if it's on the card, is it gonna like save onto the card? Most likely not, but that'd be awesome and horrible at the same time because then it'll just like explode. Another thing, battery life, taking your thing to all the parties. How's the battery life on that thing? And then what about if you're like in a party and then your controllers die, and then you just have like this screen. You're like in the middle of the game, you can't pause or anything.
Then you're not. Everybody hates you at the party.
It's like, God damn it! You show up at the party, you have the
just
screen.
throw it off
You
the roof
have the-
party.
You have the screen charged 100%. And you come with dead controllers.
I feel like that they'll probably charge together. I don't know.
Yeah, if you like snap it on,
Switch it.
switch it on. I don't understand switch though. I guess it's like
Because you're switching up the control scheme.
switching from inside
switching
to outside
inside,
the house,
outside.
the bathroom, out the bathroom.
But what I was gonna say is like even on the Wii, besides just like Wii Sports and stuff that I was interested in at the time, there were third-party games like Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I will always have my Wii just to play that game because that was such a good, mature, interesting game.
Well, they had that other one that was like that black and white game. I didn't play it, but I don't know. And that other game where you like jerk off the
No More
controller.
Heroes. Yeah.
That one was really good.
So that's the thing. Like even though Nintendo is particularly kid-friendly, they always had some kind of mature and more interesting and creative game for adults as well. Like I
I-
got my GameCube for Resident Evil.
I
you
got my
know?
GameCube for Smash Bros.
Well, you're significantly younger than I am.
Smash Bros. And Mario Sunshine.
So
That one thing I want to say was I forget. Literally, as I was saying, I want to say something. I forgot what I wanted to say.
one thing he wanted to say is he
I
forgot
forgot what I wanted to say.
what he wanted to say.
Damn it.
All right. Well,
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Oh, so basically, Nintendo is throwing out all the people that were on board with the Wii and Wii U by doing this. Unless they're going to come up with some other motion control sort of thing, VR sort of thing as an attachment. Because like all these people who are invested in like this like motion control are now not in the picture.
are there those people?
Those were the only people buying that. Like that's the thing. Like Nintendo's probably like, well, this little ass piece of people who like actually bought this and kept us afloat is like nothing compared to the people that we want. So screw them people that like believed in the Wii.
I mean, the people that are like that, I don't think that they even know that there's no new games for the Wii.
They're probably still playing the original Wii Sports.
They're probably still playing the original Wii. Like that was the
Not
problem.
even the original Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Like the first game, like the demo that came out.
But that was the problem, right? Like Nintendo was all about how do we get on those casual gamers. That was something that we used to say a lot back in 2006.
It's just gamers.
But yeah, and they brought them on, but they never figured out how to transition them going forward into like more stuff. Like they just kind of stayed there. Like I know my cousin in California, he has a Wii for, he got it for his little girl. She's 12 years old now. Or 11 years old.
Yeah. And
that's like the only video game system she's ever known besides her iPad. And that's the thing. Like, they still play it and they still use it. They're not going to upgrade to anything. It's just there. Yeah. So, I don't think that that's as much of... I personally don't think it's as much of a concern. I really do actually like the name. I mean, they messed up so much with the Wii U because nobody knew what the hell it was.
We and you.
Yeah.
Us. That's what it should have been. We us.
It should have been We Too. Like We Too. That's what it should be.
We Too. We Too hate you.
The Switch
one problem that they're gonna have is that, like, now that the new system is going to come out, like, what is going to get people to buy this besides this thing of go outside?
I think that's
most gamers don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside from playing the game because it's like sun and then you can't see. You know what I mean? Like, if I ever play my 3DS outside, I'm like, God damn it, I got to go in like some shady ass corner. Like,
all right, you don't have to go outside, but let's say your girlfriend or one of your 5 billion sisters
get in this
wants
room.
to like watch TV or some shit.
Go in the other room. We have like 20 TVs in every house now. It's not like the 1960s. You have like one communal television in the house and it has 3 channels.
Or you're just like, you want to just like game right before you fall asleep. So you go to your bed. Where do you play your 3DS?
In my bed.
So there you go.
But my bed is across from my TV where I play my games.
But now you can play your Switch in bed.
I already play my PS4 in bed. And I fall asleep snuggled up to my controller.
So, alright, conclusion of this topic. Are you going to buy it, you think? Depending on the price.
Depending on the games. That's what I've always bought a system based on. Like,
so you're not going to buy it for Zelda or Mario?
No. I wasn't going to get a PS4 until, like, a good amount of games came out. Like, I was waiting for Metal Gear Solid 5, but then I got it as a gift and like early and I had no games to play for like a good amount of time because there wasn't really nothing out in the beginning. So if this doesn't like launch with, I know it's going to launch with Zelda most likely.
Most likely.
But if it doesn't launch with at least like 3 or 4 games, I'm not going to get it, because then I'll just wait until the price drops on all the games and then I get 5 games for the price of like that one game that I would have had to rush and play. You know what I mean? Like, at least wait until like 5 games are out. Once there are like 5 good games, that's my thing. Like, I need 5 games I'm gonna buy.
But what you're saying is like for any system.
Any system, yeah.
But I
Like,
guess
there's like
the
one
real-
game you're gonna buy.
the real
like,
question-
relax, like take a chill pill, play your old games again. And then
The real question is: this more interesting to you? Does it have you more than the Wii U?
Of
had?
course, like from that trailer, I was like, okay, cool, Nintendo, you're back. You're back from like you were like nowhere. You got back into
Just limping
existence.
along.
Like it's not even like, oh yeah, you're back in competition. Like no, you just got like you went back onto the track.
It's
You're
like there
still,
was
like-
no Wii U.
You're still like behind the starting line. Like you're still like a lap behind.
You're just like Toad's picking you up in the
Exactly.
cloud.
Exactly.
Not
Like-
Toad, but like the cloud guy.
So
What's the cloud
that's-
guy's name? I don't remember.
Lakitu.
Sure.
Nintendo.
It's like picking you up, putting you back on the track,
So that's the
spinning
whole thing,
around,
like,
going woo, 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 woo.
That's the whole thing. Like Nintendo, like they got back in the game, but they're already so far behind, and everything is progressing so quickly now, and there's other options. That,
Do you think that this is not only a successor to the Wii U, but also to the 3DS?
definitely? I feel like they're
You
not.
think
even
they're gonna phase out the 3DS when?
I think so. Or they're gonna come out with like something that works with the Switch,
You mean?
like a smaller version of it or something.
Oh, I see.
Because they're basically like this is a handheld, the handheld
So
thing.
yeah, if you have
know?
like a tablet come out with like
Like, why are you gonna? Why
pod
if you
version.
can play like a console game, why are you gonna play a 3DS game? If you can take both of them outside in the car with you,
Because you could play in 3D.
but it's
And
like,
that nobody does that apparently.
That's the thing. That maybe they're gonna make like some new thing, like a 3D attachment or something like that.
I don't know.
I feel like they're not gonna make like a. What are they gonna do? 3DS 2?
Hey, you know what would be cool if they do something like the Samsung Galaxy's doing with VR. You take your Switch and you slide it into something and it becomes a VR unit. Right? Write that down, Nintendo.
And then you drop your entire console on the floor because that's like the
'Cause
whole
you can't
console.
see.
It's like, oh no, a wall. My entire life is over.
Yep.
Because that's the thing, like that other thing, the U thing that it snaps into, I wonder if that is anything. Like, I don't think that's...
I think that's just hooked up to your TV.
Yeah, I think that's just like a charger and it hooks up to the
Yeah.
TV, and that thing is like your whole system. Which means if you're wearing it on your face and it falls off your face, then you're screwed because there goes your system.
Alright, it's just an idea.
It's an idea. It's an idea Nintendo will give you the access to use it.
Alright, so let's talk about Logan.
We're already like almost half an hour. You want to do part 2?
Alright.
Part 2.